Hey guys, it's Sadie. Before we get into it, can we just talk about Christiana Salon and Spa? I'd like to talk just a little bit about them because over the weekend I went to an event and I needed my hair did. Now I can do my hair, but I'm not a hair person. I've never been good. I've always been so envious of those girls growing up and they could do a French braid. My mom made us cut all of our hair super short. We weren't allowed to have long hair because she was too tired to do anything with it. And so having long hair, I don't even know what the hell to do. So when I have an event come up, I always call my friends at Christian Salon and Spa in Johnstown, Colorado. That's where I went this weekend, and they did a kick-ass updo. They did like cornrows along the side, and they made it puffy and beautiful, something that in a billion years I would not be able to do. Go and look on Pinterest and then go see them, make an appointment. And did I mention that they also have like a whole area that's massage, it's facials, it's hot stone. And no matter what you're looking to get done, you can say Sadie and Sean have no friends at when you're checking out, and they'll give you that 10% discount on a treatment. So treat yourself. And I'm posting pictures of the before, during, and the after of my hair transformation. You're going to die. You're going to be like, who is this? This is sorcery. That's not beauty school. This shit's witchcraft. That's my friends at Christiana Salon and Spa. So go see them today and tell them I said hi.
She's mediocre, really. Of all the ochres, she's the meatiest.
You are like earlobe. You're just there, just wobbling.
You stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder.
Dirt-eating piece of slime. You scum-sucking pig. You son of a motherless goat.
You are a sad, strange little man.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Oh, right! To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people!
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
You look like a blueberry!
It's the Sadie and Sean Have No Friends podcast.
Hey guys, it's Sadie. How are you? Welcome to the show that we call Sadie and Sean Have No Friends. And am I feeling that today? I am, because Sean is not with me. Let me tell you the story. I'm recording this on Sunday. On Friday, I had a wedding, and so I was like, hey, can we record at a different time? He couldn't do it, I couldn't do it, and at some point you just have to be like, well, shit, I'll check you on the next one. But I didn't want to leave people hanging, because if you're like me, I need to know that Maury's going to be on at 10. If shit changes around and Steve Wilkos shows up, I feel like my whole world is turned upside down, and it sucks. So you're just going to get me today, and I hope that's okay. So let me give you a rundown of some of the things that I have been thinking about. Number one, we are at the 6-month mark of this podcast. We're almost to 100 episodes. We're going to get there this week. And 6 months. How is that even possible? Here are some things that I've kind of learned from doing this. I've learned that it is really scary to leave your job, especially when the job is not hard. Guys, you're not digging ditches when you're in radio. I'm not saying, I'm not discounting anything, because it's just a lot of time. That's what it is. It's a lot of time away from your family. And, but I'm not out there in the 100-degree weather digging a trench, but it was still really scared to leave because I had friends and people that I'd met through the years, like folks from the Greeley Stampede or Cheyenne Frontier Days, or people that became like my friends. I got so excited to see them, but I'm just having so much fun with Sean. I knew I wanted to work with Sean. We both talked for years about this just is right. Sean is like one of those people that we met at the first day of school, and we were both making fun of the teacher, and then we looked at each other and we just laughed like idiots. We are Beavis and Butthead. 1,000%. And so we're having a great time, and I knew we would have a great time. Here's something fun that I've learned being kind of like a pseudo business owner, which is kind of embarrassing when you have to answer paperwork question for like accounts and stuff. And they're like, what's your business? And you're like, I'm a podcaster. And I can just feel like the cringe coming from the people. But that's okay. That's what I'm doing, and I love it. But there's so many things that I've learned. Like, here's something that I've learned that I do miss from the world of corporate radio. Number one, going to the doctor. Now, I'm under Ryan's insurance now, but I don't know. I feel like I was a lot more loose and free with going to the doctor. I'm like, holy shit, that mole looks weird. And then I drive to the doctor. It's like I had his number on speed dial. And now I've really mellowed out about that because I think, well, I guess I'm just going to die because it's so expensive to go to the doctor. Again, I do have insurance with Ryan, but I don't know. I feel like now I'm a little more cautious. Like, should I dip into this? Does my toe really have some sort of toe cancer? Probably not. So I guess in a way that's a good thing. Something that I also miss are amazing, talented salespeople. Okay. And there are different kinds of salespeople there too. There are good ones and there are complete shit ones. And that's okay. Because sometimes you're going to try a job and be like, holy shit, I suck at it. It's just weird when people know they suck, but they stay for like 20 years and you're like, that can't feel good. But I digress. You get yourself a really good sales rep who gets it and wants to put the effort in. Because I got to tell you, folks, working in radio, it's not a money tree. They got to work. They got to hustle. And that's something that I am learning. I am so not good at. I was hoping by 6 months I'd be more comfortable in my own skin. But seriously, going in and meeting with someone and you're asking for something. I hate it so much because I'm not a pushy person, right? And I feel like I'm bothering people. So when I give somebody a proposal and we have a meeting, I always am like, it's good. I love it. It's great. Do what you want. I don't care. You know what? If you don't want to do it, it's fine. And I really need to work on that because I suck. I think you have to be like this super mega. You have to have like one of those earpieces where you talk on the phone. That's the key to success of being a salesperson. So slowly I'm learning as I go. Also, if you watch our full length videos that we post on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page every day, I appreciate people for watching because I'm having fun learning how to do that. Now, if you're watching in chronological order, you're going to see some changes because essentially we're kind of just settling in on what we can do and what we like, what we think is worth it because we only have 30 minutes. So it's just kind of a juggling act, but we're learning and I'm having such a good time. More than anything, let's start this bad boy by me saying thank you and not in like a corny ass, thank you, but like in a genuinely thank you because I think a lot of people got to where I was in their job where it was just soul crushing. And I started thinking a lot about death. Like, is this even going to matter? Is this going to matter? And also, am I going to leave and essentially be losing all of the perks that come with working for a company, like that guaranteed paycheck and, just kind of having to show up and talk? Because again, I hate to tell you folks, being on the radio, you're not digging trenches in 100-degree weather. It's like the most easy, I don't want to discount it, but because you're away from your family a lot, but it's not a terribly hard job. And so am I really going to walk away from that and then do all these other jobs that I didn't even have to talk about or think about in my day? And the answer is yes, I did. So that's something that I've learned in 6 months. I'm appreciative of the people that I've been able to watch who are good, who I've picked up little things from and tried to use those things. And so I am appreciative of the good people. Something else that I miss? Listen to me. I'll get to the good stuff that I love now, but something I just want to give props and be honest. Something else that I miss is strong, leadership and amazing leadership. And just over the weekend, I was at a wedding and someone was there who knew our old boss, Stu Haskell, and that was fucking leadership. And Kathy Arias, she is with a news station and she is making them shine. And I'm not bitter, but I feel like the leadership that I was dealing with, when you work with somebody, when you get into the world of corporate and those people have to fall away or be let go, you know, because they're good at their job. And then you get some random suits coming in and they're going to tell you how they learned it and they're going to tell you how it's going to be better and you need to do what they, and that's okay to a point. But when you don't respect the people because you see that they suck at decision making, that's really hard. So something that I miss, but I've missed this long before I started doing this podcast, long before I left, was I really miss strong leadership and being like inspired by the people that I'm working with. Does Sean inspire me? No, he does not inspire me at all. Do I laugh with Sean? Yes, that's what gets to the good point. In the past 6 months, I've never laughed harder in my entire existence on this earth. Sean is one of those people where when you start a new job and you're like, look at all these weirdos. And then you start laughing at something horrible. And then across the room, someone else is laughing at the same time. And you look at each other. That's the Sean situation where we have always they had to keep us in separate rooms because we would laugh at things that you shouldn't laugh about. And so I always knew if I'm going to do something with my life, I want to do something that makes me laugh and have fun. I've said it before, and that is truly working with Sean. I hope he doesn't listen to this because then he's going to want to ask for more money. And then back to me selling. It's just been so much fun. But speaking of, we're starting on Monday. Well, today is Monday. We're starting tomorrow, which would be Tuesday if you're listening in real time. We're starting something brand new with a new client, and it's really sweet. And we have to kind of be picky about what we take on because in 30 minutes, you don't want to just constantly be talking commercially talk. You want to make sure that people are enjoying what they're hearing. And so we think we found a way to do something really cool. So I'm excited to introduce you to Casey Zimmerman and his wonderful, fabulous business, who is now part of the show. And then what else did I want to talk about? Should I just talk about normal stuff? Here's something normal, and maybe this is just not your jam, but this is so my jam. What is going on with Ben and J-Lo? And I know you are thinking, maybe you're like, I got bills to pay. I don't have time for this shit. I am like obsessed with this. I spent a lot of my weekend, because we had a wedding, so there was a lot of sitting and waiting. I spent most of my weekend just following stupid videos of what in the hell is going on with J-Lo and Ben. Now, let me give you a backstory as I would with Sean if we were talking about this. J-Lo and Ben were together 20 years ago, and we all remember they made that horrific movie named Geely. It was terrible. And he dumped her like a week before the wedding, walked right out. Devastating. I even felt bad for J-Lo. I was like, oh man, that's got to be embarrassing. And he did it. And then 20 years later, she's gone through like 5 other dudes. She's been married 3 more times. But I always, in my heart, call me a helpless romantic, I always thought she truly did love Ben Affleck. I mean, she like really loved him. And now they're getting a divorce again. They got back together. Everyone of my age generation was like, holy shit, Y2K, J-Lo and Ben are back together. But it's true, they got back together. They had 2 weddings. When somebody has 2 weddings, odds are they're going to get divorced once because that's just a little bit much. They had 2 different weddings, and they bought a home worth over $60 million for their blended family. He has 3 kids. She has 2 kids. And so they blended their family in this McMansion, which is so stupid and unnecessary. Maybe the divorce rate of celebrities is so high because their houses are so big and they don't even know where they're at. Like, sometimes I have to walk around the house. We don't live in a big house. I have to actually walk around and look for Ryan. Is he in the garage? Is he in the backyard? Is he in the side of it? What is going on? Could you even imagine living in a 17-bedroom, 28-bathroom estate? Ew, and could you imagine having to do the housework? And I know that she doesn't clean toilets, but she has other people do that. But I'm reading about this breakup. Part of me is kind of sad because she really threw it out all on the line. I mean, she made a documentary called The Greatest Love Story Never Told, and it was horrible. She did a movie to accompany the documentary. It was weird AF. You can find it on Amazon Prime if you're a glutton for punishment or if you want to microdose with shrooms, because that's the only acceptable way to actually swallow the pill that is these J-Lo movies. And then she did an album, and she sings weird-ass songs. If you actually listen to her songs, she talks about Ben and her doing it, and it gets pretty zesty X-rated. And I'm not not about that, but I'm also like, what? That's weird. And so they're getting a divorce. They say it's imminent because they've put their dream home, which they searched for 2 years and lived in for one, on the market for $60 million. They say they're going to be losing money. That's, again, the difference between rich people and normal people. Normal people, it's like, we can't get a divorce. We have a mortgage. You're going to hate me and I'm going to hate you until we're done with this mortgage because the APR is fixed, bitch. And then you got people like J-Lo and Ben, and they're like, you're going to lose $20 million. And J-Lo's like, he doesn't understand me artistically. And then before you know it, they're getting a divorce, but there's no worries. They'll just move on to the next house. And so that's kind of weird, but I've been reading so much about this weekend. I haven't worked out one time because I make excuses all weekend. Like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. I'm not doing shit. I'm watching videos of J-Lo and Ben Affleck, and they're breaking up. So I guess I should let you go with that. And thank you for listening to me ramble on about something that I was hoping to ramble on to Sean about J-Lo, because I love it when I go into these celebrity topics and he is just so confused. It's the funniest thing ever. So thank you for listening all together. Thank you for 6 months of laughing so much, and I think that adds years to your life. I really do, not to be corny. And so because of these amazing clients and these amazing listeners, I'm able to do that. So thank you for listening. Be sure to watch full episodes on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Just search for Sadie and Sean Have No Friends. Or you can find us, again, just in podcast form. And you got some episodes to binge on if you've missed any of them. Again, search for Sadie and Sean Have No Friends on social media. And send us a message, especially if you maybe want to be a sponsor, because you will watch me sell and it will be the most funny 30 minutes of your life. Bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Back to normal. Promise. What can I honestly say about Amy from Talent Co. Real Estate? So many positive things, because selling a home can be hard. You know what's even harder? Finding a real estate agent who isn't a complete and utter douche canoe. And those are everywhere. They are everywhere. We are surrounded. We are drowning in douchey real estate people. So when you meet someone who's not douchey and who doesn't pretend they're listening to what you want, but really they're on their phone and they're swiping right and they're not even listening to you. And it's just such a grimy situation. And you want to work with somebody who's like you, who's a not grimy person, who's going to walk you through the process. And that is Amy with Talent Co. Real Estate. Now, not only is Amy a mom and a wife and a normal human being, I think she drives a mom mobile. I mean, you are not going to get any douche vibes off of her. You're just going to sell your home, or you're going to find that perfect home you've been looking for. Go to the website, homeandnoco.com. That's homeandnoco.com. And you can see everything that she has listed and the technology she uses. She's good. She knows what I like. She knows that I like to be home and be able to look at houses without my pants on. And she has the technology for that, folks. We're in the future. It's Talent Co. Real Estate. Call Amy today or go on homeandnoco.com. Even if you're just in those beginning stages, talk to our friend Amy today, presenting sponsor of the podcast.